if you've had the desire to take a risk, like quit your job or change jobs or travel the country, travel the world, and you have some fears doing so, if you've been scared to do so, then this video will most likely resonate with you. And this is preparing you. This is all about preparing you and your nervous system, your internal state for taking this big risk. Okay. And I know what it's like to take a risk because I have been a nurse for 16 years and I quit my job. Well, I was a travel nurse, so I stopped taking contracts. Today is July 4th, 2025, and I haven't worked a 9 to 5 regular nursing job because since September 2024, because I wanted to take the risk and do the work that I felt called to, right? Helping women, especially, heal from trauma and burnout and exhaustion and change their lives, right? Live lives that actually are aligned to who they are, not who they were taught to be, not to be performative, not to work hard, right? And so I know what that's like. And doing that these past few months has been very terrifying for my nervous system. But I was determined to continue on this journey, right, of taking this risk to deviate from the normal 9 to 5 rhetoric that we've been taught, to deviate from this idea that we have to be laborious, right? We have to exhaust ourselves. We have to climb the corporate ladder. We have to make all this money in order to be seen as valuable, as productive, especially as women, especially as Black and brown women. And so I just got so tired of doing everything the right way when inside I was struggling. I would wake up exhausted. I would wake up like dreading going to work. So I took this big risk to learn how to literally get paid to exist. And I know we always hear people say, you know, you can get paid to exist, and it's kind of evasive. And I just want to let you know that getting paid to exist, first of all, I know we're talking about taking risk and everything, but getting paid to exist doesn't look like you think it looks like. But we'll talk about that in another video, because I'm not trying to like make this a secret on how I get paid to exist. We'll talk about that, what it really looks like. But in order to take this big risk, being able to regulate your nervous system. Okay, I know we've been talking about regulating our nervous system, right? That is important, because what will happen is you're ready to take this risk, right? And then you'll be like me. I've had years where I wanted to take a risk and I did, but because my nervous system was still programmed for fear, like fear of not having enough money, fear of not being taken care of, right? So that fear can drive you to do the opposite of what your spirit, your soul is calling you to. You want to take the risk. You want to move across the country. You want to try this new hobby. You want to do this and do that. But what happens is, because we haven't established this foundation of nervous system safety, you give up on the dream too soon. And this is why dreams go to die. Like a lot of people end up going to the graveyard, right? Remember when they said like the graveyard is where dreams die? There's so many people have these desires, but allowed fear. It's okay to be scared. Allow fear, though, to dictate what they did, how they moved about the world. There's opportunities waiting for you, but the most scary thing is not the money. The most scary thing is Your ego, your protective self, which is not evil, by the way, it's just trying to keep you safe. Okay. So my ego is like, oh yeah, like you're not gonna be, what if we're not taken care of? Okay. But I've had to learn how to regulate my nervous system so that I can keep my dreams alive and so I don't abandon my dreams. Because no, it's not easy. And the hard part is literally your fear. So this is why you have to prepare your nervous system to take risk. So that way you don't regret, you don't wake up 80 years old regretting not taking these risks. Okay? And so I have some resources, some free resources in the Empress Temple. And the Empress Temple, the Empress, I created this community, this space, because the Empress, she takes her pain, right? I've taken pain and trauma and heartbreak, right? Abuse. And I have turned it into medicine for people to help them see how they can live the life of their dreams, even though you're scared, even with the the fear of not being taken care of, taking risks, right? The Empress attracts and magnetizes, but she does so by doing internal work on herself. So preparing to take the risks that could change your life will require your devotion, your commitment to regulating your nervous system, preparing it for fear, preparing it for wanting to give up, and then not giving up. I haven't given up on myself, even though there's many times where I've wanted to. But I will say that I'm so proud of myself for continuing on this journey, and the practices, the rituals, the grounding, the everything that I've done has been successful. So if you want to learn how to do that, I have a free feminine nervous system guide for you. I have the Empress Method, which is a masterclass teaching you what it takes to feel safe inside, to take your risks so you don't miss out on your dreams. Okay? I love you so much. Comment below if this video resonated with you. Bye.